Wanda and Vision, aren't we a five-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Is this really happening?
Like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. We finally got the Wandavision trailer, and I have to be honest, I was expecting a little more in the way of reveals during this trailer, but if you knew where to look with a couple of numbers, a couple of indicators, and of course hidden Easter eggs, there actually was a ton in this trailer. The inclusion of new characters, the bringing back of old characters, and maybe the implication of the official villain for the series. We're going to break down the series frame by frame, scene by scene, and of course go in and out of the Easter eggs, try to point out everything that you might have missed and details that are super important for the upcoming Wandavision series, and maybe a couple of other Easter eggs for Marvel Phase 4 projects too. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray bill and our third and final Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So I'm pretty sure none of this requires a spoiler warning, but just in case, if you really want to go into this show fresh, perhaps you might want to skip this video or some others. We're going to go pretty in depth in trying to point out the villain and some other important details. Now, number one, you'll notice on the back of the car, it says just married. They're coming out of nowhere into this black and white reality. And after I watched this a couple of times, the sentiment that I felt was something like the beginning of Beetlejuice, you know, after they die on the bridge, and then all of a sudden they're back at their house, but they have no idea how they got there. And that's a sentiment you're supposed to pick up on, given it's the same one the neighbors start asking questions about in just a couple of scenes. Now, you'll notice here on the license plate, it says 102. I know in every trailer, I always look at the license plate. I did it for Batman and, of course, Far From Home. But this license plate 102 is definitely trying to tell us something. Now, both the name of the story from Avengers 102 and the synopsis are very interesting. The synopsis reads that, quote, responding to an anonymous letter, the Vision travels to a frozen food locker in a warehouse on the Lower East Side of Manhattan. There he is met by the Grim Reaper, who offers him a proposition. If Vision aids the Grim Reaper in getting revenge on the Avengers, he will transfer Vision's mind into the body of Wonder Man. And it goes on to make sure you know that since the Vision's brain patterns are based on that of the deceased hero, the Grim Reaper believes that Vision is his brother. Now, of course, he turns them down, but he gets a device to get in touch with them later. We don't have to go into what happens in the rest of the story. It's just the important idea of the Faustian bargain. Hey, I'll give you something you want if you help me in a nefarious way. And of course, we all know that that never ends up the way that you hope. Also, interestingly enough, the name of that story is What to Do Until the Sentinels Come, a very obvious reference to the X-Men and the fact that Scarlet Witch, with her sons Wiccan and Speed, are setting up mutants in the MCU, eventually leading to the X-Men themselves. And of course, you'll notice a couple of the actors and actresses throughout this trailer, the mother from That 70s Show in this dinner scene here, but you can start to see that something is coming off the tracks. She starts to get pushed, that Scarlet Witch, on where they've been, what's been going on, why they don't have kids. Things start to become a little unraveled. Vision knows what's going on. This is where you start to see cracks in the veneer that you can't make up a reality and hold it together. That downside of that nefarious bargain. They were happy at the beginning of the black and white frames. things came off of the track, and now all of a sudden you can see with this red glow, Scarlet Witch is changing the reality yet again, and they're all of a sudden happy again. They've got twins, Wiccan and Speed, but Vision knows something's up because I'm guessing no matter what decade and reality they run to, things always start to come off the tracks. Vision wants to know what's going on and touches Agatha Harkness's The Witch's head. That's where she lets us, the audience, and Vision know, by the way, you're still dead. This is not baseline reality. Of course, quick side note, they're making it look like in this trailer that perhaps Harkness is a supervillain or up to no good. Typically in the comics, she's always been on the side of the superheroes, mentoring and being a nanny for Franklin Richards, and then later in a mentorship with Scarlet Witch, helping her use her powers. Unless they're going to change that in this series, I'm sure it's just sort of a twist. We don't think she's on their side. She's taking place in all of these scenes inside this altered reality, but it's more to help Wanda and protect her than it is to sort of be up to no good on the side of whomever the villain is, whom I'm going to say at this point is most likely Mephisto. Again, a light spoiler here. It's been reported several times that the actor that originally played Quicksilver would be taking up the role of Mephisto during this scene, and we also know from a couple of cut scenes from the original Infinity Saga movies that they intended on having Mephisto as be a part of the original Tesseract origin. Now, of course, they've gone away from that, but this is a character that they wanted to involve in the MCU the entire time, and it would make perfect sense for him to have been the one that Wanda made a deal with, or maybe even Vision, as a deal to return to reality. They have to stay in this pocket reality, and it's Agatha Harkness who's navigated her way in to sort of again see them through it and or protect them and help them against anything really bad that could happen. Now, we know from previous set photos and now confirmed in this trailer that Agatha Harkness, Mephisto, and anybody else aren't the only ones who are after Scarlet Witch trying to figure out what's going on with her. The original leaks and set photos showed that Agents of S.W.O.R.D. would have a presence during this series, and we saw Monica Rambeau as an adult now blast out of one of the portals. Now, it's unclear from what's going on here whether she's actually able to get inside and then gets blasted out, or upon entry of this other reality she's simply repelled, but it definitely looks like there that it's daytime on one side and nighttime on the other, and that she's somehow made it inside and seen what's going on here. That will all again be revealed throughout the series, and it's been said that we're going to go through this sort of anthology. They're going to reference other sort of sitcoms that we've seen throughout the decades, and then it would sort of switch over. But at some point, this is going to make good on being a huge MCU Marvel blockbuster, and not just a character study on Scarlet Witch and Vision, but more importantly, Scarlet Witch and the use of her powers, what they are exactly, and just how powerful she is. Of course, we know that this is supposed to lead into the multiverse of madness, and it could be that this is just too much for Wanda to handle. That's what leads to her becoming sort of the villain and sort of siding with Mephisto and or being taken under Mephisto's control and manipulation in the next film. Of course, that's definitely theory altogether. You get to see Vision's original costume there, and then yet another example of Wandavision, Wanda using her powers, being able to change what she sees around her in reality. She is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful, character we've been introduced to yet in the MCU. Kevin Feige said it just because she was about to beat Thanos, but the scope of her power is more than just being able to blast and move things. She can actually manipulate reality, and this is very dangerous, not only for our baseline reality, but for her herself. And that's the whole point of this series that they really tried to drive home in this very short, less than 2-minute trailer, is that Wanda has a very, very serious power set that she has no idea not only what she's doing with it, but the deal that she might have made and how serious that is. And it's going to bring together a ton of narrative points in the MCU, not only building out what's to happen with mutants in the future of this segment of the Avengers and Vision's livelihood, but also these other characters like Wiccan and Speed and the unintended consequences of this deal, and what happens with characters like Monica Rambeau, and she's definitely going to become Photon. By the way, guys, let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. I am super interested what you saw or what you had to say. Of course, we are only human. We may have missed something. If you saw something we didn't, an Easter egg you think may be important, leave it in the comments for sure. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. And quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 700,000 subscriber mark. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like this insane 1/4 scale XM Studios Beta Ray Bill, in no way an action figure. This is an immaculately sculpted museum quality piece, and our 3rd and final Infinity Saga box set. We already gave away 2 earlier this year. We're going to give this 3rd and final one away during the end of the year, the holiday season. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed any of the previous winner announcements, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back to the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count in the title, click on that video, and scroll to the end. My name is Michael Roman. This is Everything Always. Guys, thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.